specifically to say within the past few months?
Nothing that recent. I think the last time I ventured to Thome was last year.
Yeah, I've heard there are some strange stirrings over there. I was hoping maybe a little more insight into that.
Far be it from us to meddle in the affairs of surface dwellers.
There's one other thing I was going to try and look out for. Oh, do you guys have any pigments?
Sorry, what was that?
Pigments.
Piglet.
Yes. Things to
What's a pigment?
color and adding tint to.
Well, we have some squid ink.
Oh, that'd be excellent.
They gobble that stuff up at the surface.
They do, right? It's
Like,
such a-
it's weird. They love it. I don't understand it. It's like garbage here. They want it all the time.
I think it's just the novelty. They do not understand how things just kind of float and diffuse. They think stuff sticks to paper all the time.
Interesting.
Yes. Paper, fascinating material, by the way.
I have seen a couple. You know, a merchant once tried to give me one, and he said it on it with everything I bought. I didn't understand it.
Interesting. Did you like lay on top of it?
There was writing on top of it, and he said that's what I purchased. And I told him no, what I purchased is in my bag.
Yeah, that makes sense. Curious. Well, with that being said, do you have any spare squid ink that I may procure?
Lots of time.
How much for a few bottles?
I give you 2 bottles just because you're the ambassador that is so much for me.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
It's really
Keep up the
well.
good work.
Just remember, say Kapar is my name. And if you ever need a merchant to do anything of any particular variety for you, go ahead and just remember me. Especially with large government contracts. I won't lie, business has not been as good as I've been saying it has.
Really now.
But I mean, if you've got a large government contract that you need someone to even deliver envoys, I can do that.
Yeah, you know, as I say, with everything that's on a contract, it's all shh until it comes by, right? Keep your ears open. Okay. So yeah, it seems like they're not going to know a whole lot about what's been changing. I guess I will come back on board and I'll talk to the captain and kind of let them know that there isn't a whole lot of information, but it seems like the city of Thome has not had any big revelations since our departure that we are aware of, at least.
Can I look out for any boats or any ships?
One second. Yes, you tell Captain Taz that. She looks kind of disappointed, was hoping you'd be able to get more information. But she understands that, you know, them knowing anything going on with the above ground world was a pretty big long shot.
Yeah.
If you want to go up to the Crow's Nest and take a look around for boats, you can.
Just don't kill anyone. See a boat.
And it just goes.
Ah, man. We're now
You
one
see
with
a
the
passenger liner called the Titanic.
sea. It wasn't an iceberg this time.
He's like, this is my shaft iceberging. Yeah, so you climb up there. There's not really any boats that you can see, but then again, you're not used to being in the middle of the ocean as
Can
you're
I
a
roll?
desert rabbit.
Roll for what?
There's nothing you won't. There's not a number you can roll that's going to show you any boats in the
You also have disadvantage, but
Yeah, you also have disadvantage on all skill checks you
Sleep. Correct.
do. Until you decide to take a nap.
Can I take a nap while? Can I just pass out while I'm watching?
You know what? Yeah, you can, Landon. You
So
can.
is that a short rest or long?
You're sitting up there in the crow's nest, and up there it's kind of rocking back and forth, and you just kind of lean on the rail, and you're looking out for ships, and you're just like, why did I clean last night? Why didn't I go to sleep? And you like, pretty soon you're just kind of like kneeling with your like arms like this on the crow's nest, and then you're unconscious.
So it's a long rest or short rest?
You'd have to have a long rest if you're gonna be getting rid of that exhaustion.
He's gonna get suffering up there.
Well, he's a rabbit.
Give his little nose.
Yeah.
They usually sleep all curled up like a ball. Pick up the rabbits and sleep.
I would like to do a similar thing, but instead I'd like to kind of shut down for like an hour or so and wake up just to check and then shut back down.
So a long rest has to be.
Okay, it has to be long rest. Okay.
It has to be a long rest, and
He's
It's
gonna
gotta
do
be
a college
6.
student schedule.
Well, no, it's still stay up all night cleaning, sleep all day.
Well, 3-hour increments.
it's got to be 6 hours of uninterrupted rest with 2 hours of you could be doing something relatively easy, like studying something or sitting there and doing nothing.
Can I be resting while just hearing?
Your sensory mode allows you to just rest while you're just like, you're aware of things going on around you.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. So you
Okay,
can do
yeah,
that.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, that's what you're doing. So the day passes by, nothing too interesting happening. Next couple of days are passing by. Anybody want to do anything while these are going on?
I do want to find
Okay,
Todd.
you find Todd.
I just want to say I'm gonna dive head first into being a sailor and be very interested in it, but also sharing the wonders of painting the crew.
So
That's
you're
what I'm
gonna.
doing. So wherever you want me to be, I'm at the cruise.
Yeah. So let's say 2 days pass by
So I'm
before you go and during those 2 days, how many people are going to become your friend?
How many lives are you changing with paintings again?
You know what I love about the ocean? There's no bureaucracy.
Hey, we just rolled a
That could
96
change.
on the percentile die. So
The
you
entire
like
boat loves you.
like the crew is just like you're like the Bob Ross of the ocean. You're
There's no
like
mistakes. It's just another little wave.
and like people are just like the crew like during their off time when like normally they'd be like below deck like maybe gambling or something. They're like coming and they're like talking to you being like, I'm interested in this painting stuff. Can I watch
The
you?
most charismatic barbarian I think I've ever
Maybe it should have been charisma check, but so far you've just been like really like, and so we're gonna go with it. Yeah. So like, as much as you want to be a sailor, they want to be a painter.
It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. That's what I'm trying to say. You've got a giant mass, what I would call a canvas. It's just white. What are you even doing with that?
It needs more red.
So like they're like wanting you to like teach a class, but it is like far too choppy.
We're going to call that the ocean style of painting. It's a tree, but it's a tree on the ocean.
It's just like abstract, and you only have one shade of paint.
You have to have a palette for it.
There's no wrong answer, it's not.
Yeah, so you find him in one of his impromptu lessons on how to
Yeah,
paint.
so you want to know is that at night, the light can come from two directions. Because the ocean will reflect the moon. If it's a cloudy night, then yeah, you're not going to want to have any light, but you're still going to need to highlight the things that you're trying to accentuate in the painting. Like if you're trying to paint some type of like deity like God and appealing he'll die, you're gonna want to add some interpretive moonlight so that people don't just be like, oh, that's a nice dark painting you've made there. Any questions?
Interpretive moonlight, you say?
Oh, nice of you to join my class. We're just having a little talk about painting. I've learned how to tie like 87 different types of knots. So I'm trying to teach them how to paint 87 different types of knots. Turns out that a knot is really just a bunch of brown paint, and brown's just red paint that's dried a little bit.
I've got something for you in your artist lifestyle. What is the one thing that every artist, true artist, has?
I mean,
A signature.
Skill.
Not so. Good
Yeah.
marketing.
it's true.
Yeah, that is true.
I find that usually the best artists are the ones that can't sell it, and the ones that are shit are the ones that are selling the most.
I procured some vials from my home. Now, I present to him the squid ink. Don't use this for painting, but use it for your mark, so we all know which one are your real paintings, not like the one that we found in the mansion that we were at earlier, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of trash. Issue that was all fake. They're still not going to tell us about it. Anyways, what's this squid ink?
So the squid ink is a pigment that you're not familiar with because you
Top
deal
deck
with lots
or
of reds
bottom
and
deck?
browns. This is the
What?
Which
purest
deck are they
black
on?
you can
They're
get.
both top.
Perfect for writing.
Oh, that might be nice with the pencil that I have.
Even darker than a pencil.
So, like, Thorin, Philridge, like, hears you guys talking about this fake painting, and he comes over, and he really likes you now, and he's like, yeah, some of those aren't total bootlegs.
I knew it.
I do follow him though, so.
They're total, like, Joel and my dad know that I told you this, that I even know, but yeah, they are, like, total forgeries.
It's quite disappointing. They've got a lot, and they didn't want me to draw on things in their house. Can you believe that? They've got fake paintings.
You folded the paintings?
No, I didn't fold any paintings.
Why did you fold the paintings?
Anyways. Yeah, well, I'm actually going to have a conversation with your parents about that, and I think I'm going to become like an art... What did we talk about? I don't remember. I seem to have that problem lately. Not remembering things. I was going to do something with art with your parents. They were saying that they were real. It's good to know.
They said as far as they're aware, they're real.
That's right.
But you were talking to a spy master.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
like those beautiful.
but I don't know if, I don't remember if you knew, you know he's
Yeah,
a
I
spy
know.
master.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you
That
know.
he's a spy master?
No, that the dad is.
The-
Oh, no,
Mikhail is a
I don't
spy
think I
master.
would have known. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Kinda
I
works
I
for my
didn't claim
character,
it on
doesn't
that. I
remember
know
a lot.
that he's stay hush hush.
So I wouldn't know. So did he just tell me that?
Like, he didn't tell you that his dad's a spy master, but he did tell you, don't tell my dad that I told you this, and don't tell my dad that I know this, but some of these are definitely a forgery at my
Yeah.
house.
It's really all it matters is that I knew that they were fake. No one's gonna pull any paint over my eyes. That's for sure. Anyways, do you know about this squid ink that he's talking about?
Yeah. It's pretty expensive. Like, usually the stuff that, like, a lot of people get in town is just, like, alcohol with, like, charcoal ground up into it.
Yeah, I think
That's my
I've used
favorite
that.
kind of alcohol too.
That's your preferred painting with alcohol. The insides with it.
Oh, I would love to try that.
Can
May I
I,
borrow a piece of paint?
can I shoot my boat up the
You can find some alcohol
You're
somewhere on the
asleep.
ship, but I don't think anyone's
Wait,
gonna let you drink
hold
it
on.
anymore.
Oh no,
Oh,
no alcohol. Done. No.
What do you want to do?
Shoot my boat directly up in there.
Why would
Why?
you do that? That is, like, super dangerous.
Does he do this in his sleep?
I don't remember a
It's been
couple
2
days
days.
gone by.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
I
Does he
think
still do this in his sleep?
Instinctively
Hey,
crit.
so-
sun
I-
falls.
Remember, if you shoot an arrow straight up,
It comes down.
it's going to eventually, gravity's going to cause it to come back down.
Can
The
I shoot
boat's
it?
moving. There's no other boats in the area. I'm fine.
But according to physics, if you shoot it straight up, it's probably still going to come down right around where you are.
But we're also moving, so
Yeah,
it will
so is
come
the arrow.
down.
The arrow is going to be traveling in the same
Do you have any
speed
physics
that you are.
scientists on the ship? We could have them explain.
Mythbusters did an episode on this.
Did they?
Yeah.
It's all we do.
Show them episode of Mythbusters back then.
Yeah, they just have like Mythbusters on there.
Go
And it's like
downstairs, they
the
got a
crew's
giant
watching it on the
projector.
TV below deck. What? No, I don't think so.
Well,
I
because there's no
How's
Wi-Fi.
the people here?
No, there's a man.
Adam Savage and or Adam the Savage
And
and
other guy.
Jamie the Heineman. If you want to shoot your arrow straight up in the air,
Can I shoot it and snap?
why are you? Like, to what point?
Like
Like,
this?
what's the purpose?
Yeah,
What's your purpose?
yeah. I just wondered.
Yeah,
Raise
you
your
take
arrow?
you take out your bow and you just like.
That's me to the arrow.
Okay, so you
You
take
have
out your bow.
unlimited arrows. You have unlimited arrows.
You don't have unlimited arrows.
Where's my arrow?
Oh no.
So
didn't
you
know
take
that.
out your bow, and as you take out your bow, like Todd sees you out of the corner of his eye, like start taking out your bow and drawing it. What do you do?
There must be cultists about. Is anybody going to ring that bell? He's about to shoot a ship. Do you see any cultists?
20. With the minus.
I feel like he's
Wait, no, I
ignoring me.
don't. So 21.
Was that a natural 20?
It's I don't know, but it's 21 equal.
Okay, so with a 21, you shoot your bow, and the arrow goes off
Somewhere.
into the ocean, as there is no one around you.
Aragons, but do they see stuff I don't?
I mean, I can only imagine. It's possible that there was a cultist right in the ocean following us, and he just literally killed it. Did you get him?
If that was a nat 20, there would have been something in the ocean that came up.
That one guy's like, oh, not again after 3 months.
Yeah, that one cultist was swimming for water. And you're like, I can't believe I finally made it this far.
Can I get an update at some point?
So yeah, you shoot an arrow off into the ocean, and like it hits at like the right angle to where it kind of skips once and then goes into the ocean. So it's kind of a cool shot if anybody is watching.
I mean, I was watching, so.
I'm still asking for a piece of paint. A piece of paint?
What's that one?
I think that's just a rock. That's pigment.
Oh, can I have a piece of paint, please?
Like those like Japanese like pigment bars.
Well, I'm in a, there's paint, there's, when
I
it
think
collects.
you want the stuff like when your brush dries and you flake it
Oh,
all
you
off.
want like the accents that I use. I call those scabs. I'm gonna pull out a scab.
Oh, I don't know what eggs are.
Eggs?
Eggs.
I didn't mention eggs. I'm gonna go back and talk to him about the squid egg that he has.
What are eggs?
You're gonna have to talk to somebody else about that.
I can't
What
speak
are
with
eggs?
animals, just see if I can understand what he's saying.
Literal gibberish.
I don't understand.
I mean, I thought that I had memory issues, but I know what eggs is the things that come out of a chicken's butt and you eat them.
You mean chicken butt?
Isn't that where the nuggets come from? I've heard so many things about these things called
No, I think
chicken
that's from the
nuggets.
nugget. The chicken nugget. That's.
I've heard so much about it. I've never seen one.
I mean, you're from there. They don't have chicken nuggets in the ocean.
No, we have tuna nuggets.
So where's the nugget on the tuna?
No, we're half quadrant.
I'm gonna have to try that. Tell you what, I will go out and find some chicken nuggets and we'll trade. 3 to 3. I feel like it would be like an equal ratio. Until we determine which one's better, then we can maybe adjust it.
Yeah, except with chicken nuggets, you get the dinosaurs, and with
Well, that's
fish, you
dino
just get,
nuggets.
like,
That's
random
different.
fish.
Dino nuggets come from dinosaurs.
And it's
Chicken
cute.
nuggets, yeah, because they're shaped.
Yeah, we forgot about that one.
Anyway, so I feel we've gotten off topic.
So you get the ink. Anything else you want to do? Well, a couple of days while you're.
I mean, I guess I'll practice my signature then.
Do I
You're
say
going to show me
anything
that
else?
sign with ink? I've never worked with it before.
Yeah, I'll take one of your brushes and in my feeble attempt, I'll write a signature in the bottom corner of an empty canvas and say, this is usually how they go. It's either here or towards the back. You do not want to interrupt the flow of your paintings.
Usually I just use the extra red paint for my signature. I'm going to try using the signature, using my
The deeper red.
the deepest red.
I call it artillery.
18 for my signature.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, it's a beautiful signature.
That looks nice.
Again, I'm just slightly
Oh,
jealous about how
really?
good he is at this. Because mine's just scribble, but his flourishes and the shading in your signature's all wrong.
A person who's most of their life could never have possibly done anything on a canvas or paper.
I could have done better if I lived on land. Oh well.
Like, sure, land people good at art. Try using seashells.
Please try autograph too.
So,
From what I understand, this ink, I think you should practice with the paint, and then you can have some of the ink after you've practiced.
so
There's paint in the back.
the water starts getting a lot more choppy, and you guys start seeing what looks like really dark storm clouds coming in on the horizon. Captain Taz calls everybody back up and says, "Hey, looks like there's a pretty big storm started coming in, and so we're going to try to race into Tara Cheer to try to beat the storm."
Wait, can I shoot my bow again?
Storm
That's
equals
not what they mean
cultists.
by beating the storm.
Well, last time we
like-
had storm.
I could beat the storm.
We're not
Crit
gonna
storm.
arm wrestle the clouds.
Lightning bolt comes, he's like, "Not today."
Sorry, Zeus. Bam.
Shoots an arrow right into the lightning bolt. Lightning bolt's like, "Oh, my bad."
Boom.
Oh, didn't know it's the boat. Oh, eh.
So you guys are right here on the outside of the Bay of Cauldron. Anybody familiar with the
Oh,
area?
I rolled a 26.
Yeah, you shoot another arrow into the ocean. Anybody familiar with the area? Go ahead and make a history check for me.
May I borrow your dice?
You can just roll.
Brian, you can go ahead and do it at advantage because you are an ambassador.
I both
nine.
14s and then the history
So
plus 3,
nine.
so 17 for both.
17.
Can I use that?
I got an 11.
Landon, you have digital dice.
I can't find his. Oh yeah.
I rolled an 11.
It's all alphabetical.
16?
16? Alright, so both of you with your 16 and 17 know that the Bay of Cauldron was not always a bay. At one point, it was a pretty sizable volcanic mountain. And one day, a couple hundred years ago, it erupted in a pretty big way and left a huge crater that over the course of the next 100 or so years after the eruption, the ocean has filled to where it's level. So you know that this is a pretty, you've heard stories about how dangerous this area is. there's islands all over the place. There are parts of the mountain that are just below the surface of the water. There are huge chasms and all sorts of stuff. You know it's not a place that you probably want to be running headlong into.
What is it?
The Bay of Cauldron.
I rolled a 12. What do I know?
You know that the Bay of Cauldron exists, and you've heard that there used to be a mountain here, but there's not anymore.
Wait, can I explain him all that I know?
You info dump him, he's caught up. And so you guys are cruising in there trying to beat this storm. Stormy weather and the Bay of Cauldron doesn't sound like it would be fun to get caught in. So Captain Taz is like, we've got to try to outrun this storm. Otherwise bad things happen. And during the course of everything going on, the storm does end up catching up with you guys. And try as they might, they end up running aground.
Who?
The ship runs aground.
What?
And I want everybody to make a...
Wait, can I shoot my ball at the ship?
No, but you can make a dexterity check for me. Everybody
Can't
make a dex
crit
check.
your way through life, bud.
Thanks. 30, 20.
And I
A
got
what
fuck.
check?
Dexterity check.
See, 5.
Check
5
your
to
save
14.
throw.
Saving throw. Dexterity saving throw.
I got a 7.
Fantastic. Because I rolled a 6 and have a -2.
Oh no.
That's great.
So you rolled a
I'm
4?
going overboard, guys.
It's a good thing that's not a problem for you that much.
You first page, Landon.
I forgot my dex is -2.
16.
A 16. Okay.
Dirty 20.
You right? Nice.
7.
7. All right. So anybody that rolled higher than a 15, which is Landon and Ryan, you guys do not eat it. Now,
I don't
you
need
guys.
Practicing my sea legs. I think I'll finally figure it out.
You guys do eat it.
Me?
No. Keegan
What does
and
eat it mean?
Brian.
We fell.
So I'm going to roll a percentage dice, and it is going to discover if you go overboard or if you eat it on deck.
I thought I was below deck.
Yeah, that's right, you're below deck. So you're going to eat it. So
Nice.
you're going to get slammed for 4 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no. Come on, that
Brian.
Why you have a character sheet?
I just got
Oh
locked.
no.
You were like trying to like talk to the fish or something, and you go overboard.
He just ate him. He's gone back to be with his people.
But luckily, like you run into this island basically, and that's what causes you to go overboard. So you get dunked, and you're like maybe 15 feet away from where the ship is, and so with your swimming speed, you'll be able to make it up to him.
Okay.
We're on the island.
And
Yes.
you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage
Me?
from your
I'm
fall.
okay with this.
I knew jellyfish people were more resilient.
Well, he's also with a big neck.
Got no bones to break.
I don't have bones either.
Yeah, so chaos ensues. Like, the ship is got a pretty huge hole inside of it now. You have run aground on this island with quotes, but it's mostly a big jagged rock sticking out of the ground, or sticking out of the water.
Is there any animals there?
There it is probably about 45 feet by 45 feet. So it's enough for everybody to get off of the ship while the ship is assessed for what's going on, but not much to do anything else on. So the captain says anybody that's not taking part in assessing the damage and helping with repairs needs to get off of the ship and just like stay nearby, and if the storm gets a lot worse, come back on and stay below deck. And so a couple hours passes, and Tasling comes and tells everybody the ship is unrepairable.
This is unfortunate for you all.
They do not have enough materials to patch the massive hole in the ship, and she says that the crew needs to go and take the longboats and finish the journey to Targe and bring essentially a tugboat back with supplies to fix them and bring them into port. It's probably about a 6-hour journey from where you guys are in these longboats. She says that her and her officers are going to stay with the Soulridge family, and a few of the carpenters and crewmen that know how to repair the boat are going to stay here, and everybody else should go to shore with the rest of the group.
I would like to try at least to stay with the Soulridge family.
You sure?
Positive.
You know what? Go ahead and make a contested persuasion check with Captain Taz.
Alright, can I borrow your D20?
Might as well just go over the session.
Alright, thanks. I rolled a 12 plus 1, 13.
13 to a 6.
Woo!
Like, Captain Taz doesn't like you, and it's clear. But she also wants to make sure her crew is safe as they go back to shore. And she's like, yeah, why don't you stay put here and guard the Soulridge family?
Yeah.
She also does check with you. Are you absolutely sure you want to stay here with the Soulridges?
I am here to protect the family. I'm not here for the party. I am happy to be with, but the family is first priority.
I can understand that, and I salute your integrity. The rest of you are loaded onto boats. There are 3 boats, and you guys are in the lead boat with everybody else. A couple of crew members. I have 3 boats, and it was going to be really cool, but I didn't realize that my other boats need to have stands. So
What are boats?
we're only going to have 1 boat for this.
That's a lot of
Don't you
minis.
have one that has 2 extra dice sitting around?
Yeah, those are. Plenty of dice.